What's going on, everybody? Thought I'd make a video. I'm going here to take a shower. I'm at the West Memphis OC. Just got here a few minutes ago. On my way to Texas, coming out of Michigan. Picked up there yesterday. Get a shower, get some grub at the grill. Hopefully they have tomatoes for my sandwich today, because last time I was here, I wanted a BLT. They didn't have BLTs. They had BL sandwiches because they weren't buying tomatoes because the price was too high. So I'm gonna do that. I thought I'd make the video before I did, because once I do, I'm gonna be in the back. I'm gonna flick on a movie and I'm done for the day. Got up 3 o'clock this morning, Central Time, to try to get through Chicago with as little hassle as possible, which I was able to do. Made pretty good time getting through there. Typical Chicago. I don't know what it is about trucks, especially coming into Chicago, but it's like common sense falls off the back of the truck, and we got to run each other over. And God forbid, on a 5-lane road, somebody drives slow in front of somebody, or the speed limit, because the minute that happens, and rather than just go around when they can, they're going to jump on a CB and flap their biscuits. So I generally, through places like that, I'll turn my CB off. I got no use for it, got no time for it, don't want to hear it. If I'm doing the speed limit and I'm not in the hammer lane, leave me alone. And I've had that happen. When I was driving for Beacon Transport, I was going across 80, where it just on the other side of the heavy part of Chicago, where it goes to 2-lane and, a little more rural. And I'm coming through there. It's, I don't know, 5:30 in the morning. And there's a truck ahead of me. There's 2 trucks ahead of me, and we're all 3 actually doing the speed limit. We're all doing 60. This guy flies up on the back of my truck. The hammer lane is wide open because there's no traffic, and jumps on the CB and immediately starts flapping his biscuits that I'm impeding traffic. I'm doing 60 in a 60, but I'm impeding traffic. What it turned out to be was he was trying to get to the pilot, because I guess he really needed his morning cup of coffee. Because that's exactly what happened. When I explained to him what impeding meant, he jumped over in the hammer lane, which he should have done in the first place instead of running up on the back of my truck. He went around all 3 of us, and the very next, not even 2 miles down the road, was the exit for the pilot, and right off in the exit he went. He couldn't wait that extra 30 seconds that it would have waited behind us. He couldn't do that. He just wanted to get on there and run his mouth. The only thing I can think of is he thought he knew something. Not sure what he thought he knew, because that was nowhere near impeding. For one thing, on a freeway through there, I believe the minimum is 40. So I thought that was kind of funny and interesting, really. Really did. That was kind of, I wish I'd have had a camera rolling when it happened. I just couldn't believe the conversation I was having with this genius. But yeah, I mean, even today, almost got hit by a parking lot, a mobile parking lot. He was passing me on 57, just not far north of the Arkansas state line, and I happened to look in my mirror, and he had crossed the zipper, and I mean, he was feet from the back of my trailer. He almost clipped the back of my trailer, and sure enough, I slid over onto the mayonnaise, and he comes up next to me, and again, he's swerving back toward the zipper, and I look over at him, and sure enough, he's on the phone. He's playing with his phone. He's got a full load of cars on his truck. He's playing with a phone. Almost hit me twice. I don't know what they're going to do to solve that. I really don't. A lot of the reason we have the regulations that we have today, including the ELDs now, was because people can't self-regulate. They can't be, one logbook. That's all you're supposed to have. That wasn't good enough. You had people out here running two, or just blatantly cheating the logs that they had. Not little things. I'm talking trying to do big cheats. And then what happens? Now we got ELDs, and then everybody wants to complain about being over-regulated. Drivers out here have done it to the rest of us, just because of the way they are. They can't help themselves. You give them, you give them a 70 mile an hour speed limit, they want to do 90. You give them 60, they want to do 70. It's the nature of the beast. People cannot control themselves. And then when somebody else decides to control it for them, then they get mad. And then they're grumbling. Because all you do when you do stupid out here is you just make it harder for the rest of us. Than try to do the job, the way it should be done and safely. I myself, I do not speed through construction zones. It's just not going to happen. It is not going to happen. I do the speed limit for the most part. I'm as guilty as anybody. If I got guys blowing by me in a 60 doing 70, I'll do 62. I'll admit to that. I'll do 62 just because they're my ticket getters. As long as I have ticket getters going by me, I figure I'm good with 2 mile over. Just being honest. Just being honest, because you can't tell me nobody else. I mean, it's crazy out here the way people are driving. It's just, and it's not four-wheelers. It's these guys in these trucks. And, part of it is, as Americans as a whole, we've become very discourteous to everybody else around us. I wasn't raised like that. And the only thing I can figure is there are a lot of people that have been, because that's just not the way. That's not the way you're supposed to treat each other. People talk about the good old days in trucking. They're gone. They're long gone. And a lot of those older drivers are gone. They're just not out here no more. And what we have left, for the most part, there's good drivers out here. You see them every day. But there is a bigger and bigger and bigger percentage on a monthly basis that don't need to be out here. They really don't. And I wouldn't want to try to take away anyone's livelihood. But when what you're doing could possibly take mine or others' livelihood away, because you could end up hurting one of us, you don't need to be out here. You really don't. It's fact. It's just fact. There is nothing out here. There is nothing out here worth some of the behavior that you see. Tailgating people, I'm talking hard. I'm talking, if the person in front of them hit the brakes, you'd probably kill everyone around you. You just see it all the time. This phone thing, this ain't a Schneider thing for me. I've never been that person. That phone is not that important to me. This is the most I use it for, other than a phone call. This is, I don't like to text. To me, it takes less time and effort to just talk to somebody and tell them what you want to tell them and then call it a day, rather than spend 30 minutes texting back and forth for no reason. Facebook. I got a Facebook page. Do I use it? No, I don't. I haven't opened that thing in forever. It's got no appeal to me. I don't need to know, that you stopped in for a workout. I don't need to know that you're eating dinner at Long John Silver's. I don't need to know your last bowel movement, or just some of the just stupid stuff that's on there. Don't need to know it. I don't need to know it. I miss the good old days. And for me, good old days were back before every minute of my day I could be contacted through a cell phone. There was a time, if you didn't have an answering machine, you never even knew someone was trying to get a hold of you unless they showed up at your house or called you when you were home. If you were gone and they called you, the only way you knew they called you is if you come home and they called you and they said, "Hey, I tried to call earlier and got no answer. You must not have been home." I miss those days. Those days, you could get I could get in my car, I could go fishing, and nothing, and I'm as bad as anybody. Now, if I go fishing, I got my cell phone with me. That's stupid. What in the world? There's no national crisis that they're going to feel they're going to need to call me up to solve in a split second. I'm no Jack Bauer. And for any of you that ever watched it, that's a reference to a show called 24. So yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I'm just as guilty anymore as anybody. There's no reason to have my cell phone, in a boat. Just isn't. But that's my rant and rave for the day. I'm gonna take Bossman out here before he. What are you after over there? He's not been feeling good today. He's been a little under the weather. I've had to stop multiple times today. Oh, buddy. We had to stop. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. We had to stop many times because little man's not feeling the greatest. So. Oh, but that's... I'm not sure where this guy's going because where he's headed is a bobtail. It just is what it is. But that's my video. I'm gonna, like I said, take a shower, get some dinner, watch some TV, and then get up in the morning and get back at it. And then we'll go from there. Truck's creeping up on 60,000 miles. So once I deliver this load in Texas, I'll be picking up a load out of Texas, coming back here, as a matter of fact, actually to Mississippi, then back here, so that I can get that done, get the 60,000 mile PM done on it. I'm not sure. I was told by the OC here that they don't mess with OC tire or IC drivers' tires, but according to the recommendation through SFI, at 60,000, tire rotation is recommended. So I'm gonna see if I can get that done, get an alignment check done. No oil change this time, but at least lube the chassis and do all that good stuff. So yeah, then we'll do that and go back at it. If I get a chance, I haven't decided yet whether to actually do it, because where I'm delivering and picking up's on the north side of Dallas. But I might make my way, because I do have a day gap between dropping and picking. I might make my way to the new Dallas, the new Wilmer, Texas Snyder OC. It's supposed to be open for business now, except for some shop things aren't still being done, but they're getting there. But as you can see, I mean, this is West Memphis, Arkansas terminal, has been here forever. But that, it's supposed to be brand new, state of the art, all the bells and whistles. So we'll find out. Hopefully, I might just make my way over there just to show it on video, just because I ain't got nothing better to do. But waste diesel driving over there. But diesel's cheap in Texas, so what harm? No harm, no foul. What am I going to spend? $20, 25, maybe, not even that. About that. But anyway, I appreciate you guys taking the time. I appreciate all the new subscribers that I've gotten. Thank you for watching. If there's any information about Schneider that you want, I do not recruit for them. I've never asked anyone to give me as a referral and never will. But if you need to know anything, if you're curious about anything, any information about this program, as far as my experience, because there are other guys that do videos that have more knowledge than I do, but I'll answer what I can, and what I can't, I'll always try to find out for you. But other than that, you guys be safe, and we'll talk to you.